Go away, hegemony. I have important announcements to make. I want you all to know that Draconis Fleet 0.7.0 has released, and with it, there are some new cruisers. But when I say released, hold on. This is an experimental beta release that is highly unstable, highly subject to change. It is not a stable main branch release. There is apparently story content and some other stuff that's been added that you'll find in the late game, but in the early game, there are new ships, and those ships are what I am here to talk about today. First, let's go over the Yindi Light Elite Cruiser. The Yindi class was supposed to redefine Alliance fast attack doctrine, a cruiser-weight hull equipped with a phase teleportation system that could reposition mid-engagement, deny targeting solutions, and deliver ordnance from angles no conventional ship could achieve. Early trials justified the enthusiasm. The Yindi was fast, aggressive, and could vanish from a battle space and reappear somewhere inconvenient, faster than most targeting officers could update their solutions. Production ran into the familiar wall. Teleportation coil assembly demanded fabrication tolerances that Corey's forge could only meet in small, inconsistent batches. Crew attrition from repeated teleportation cycles required specialists the Alliance couldn't pipeline fast enough. Maintenance intervals ballooned. The program's costs, already significant, became indefensible against competing procurement priorities. The Xiao Wei had already strained the Alliance's appetite for phase technology, and the Yindi asked for more of the same. The cancellation order arrived before the second production run was completed. What hulls exist remain in service because losing them is harder to justify than sustaining them. Yindi captains know their ship is irreplaceable and fly accordingly, and with the particular caution of someone who cannot requisition a replacement. So, the Yindi is really cool and maybe rare. The important thing to note is that it can use the transverse shunt ability, which seems to be similar to the phase skimmer ability from vanilla, but kind of feels a bit faster and looks a bit more cool and purple. I quite like it. I will show you the Yindi in combat now. So, we'll be sending 3 Yindis in along with 3 of the new Arrakis carrier, backed by some random high-tech ships from my main fleet because I do not have the budget and time to assemble an entire Draconis fleet for this yet. I do want to do that, but I would like to wait until 0.7.0 reaches a stable version and all the bugs are ironed out before I commit to an actual long playthrough. But these ships were so cool that I couldn't just not show them to you and not talk about them a bit. You know, it would probably help if I deployed an opposing force instead of just flying toward the top edge of the screen. So let's go. We don't fight Sindrian vanilla fleets very often. Let's do that. And note that we are also basically fully equipped on this thing with Draconis fleet weaponry, most of which are usually side grades and edge cases when compared against their vanilla counterparts, which makes them interesting choices, usually with pretty balanced downsides. So, we can warp. We can warp away, just like that. Hit him with the burst lance. Ouch, I forgot to put my shield back up. I'm tempted to teleport in the middle of that pack and pursue, but I really shouldn't. Let's go. That guy got overloaded. Whoa, wrong way. I do not pilot phase skimmer-based ships very often, so excuse me if I don't perform super well here, but I am trying. But yeah, having this level of mobility is just silly. Oh yeah, and there goes our friend going in. Nice. Okay, close me in. Hit him with the burst lance. That's the stuff. Oh, and we're behind this eagle? Wow. Perfect. Take me away from all that fire that's hitting me. And let's finish this guy. Stick to him, get in range to fire our other guns. Perfect. Okay, let's back up. Active vent, rotate. And then we're gonna rush right back in to apply our damage to that Falcon. Perfect. Now I haven't given any orders to the fleet. We're just playing it out with whatever they decide to do. That's fine. Nice. That's one down. I am going to start doing a few orders here. Let's go for a kill order on that hammerhead. Because we can just get behind him and hit him. Get him flanked. Get him destroyed. There we go. And there's Terminator drones from a Tempest and a missile from something. Good stuff. Bring him down. Very good. Hey, and down there is that hammerhead from earlier that we almost killed. It's very... Oh, oops, I didn't mean to go that close. It's very easy to overextend in this. Oh no. I didn't realize there was a frickin' executor behind me. Well, he's dead now. Good job, team. Boop, get out of the way. There we go, eagle down. Very nice. Okay, but I think you grasp kind of the general idea here. We've got pretty good frontal firepower. Could take the Sauvignon Lance and replace it with something maybe more short range, but as a more cautious weapon choice to harass enemies rather than rush them down, this is perfect for teleporting fire support. This is silly. Quite like it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, teleport me back. Forward and back, forward and back. Anyway, that's the Indy. I have high hopes for his performance going forward into future development cycles of Draconis fleet. And my first impression here, because this is all just first impressions, I played with these ships for maybe an hour. There is much science left to be done, so don't take this all as the final anything on anything here. I'm just excited, and I really like this mod and these ships, and want to show them to you. Yinde, very good. Let's go ahead and look at the other new ship, the Alrakis Strike Carrier. We have here a carrier. I don't normally drive carriers, so this will be something of an exception. But maneuvering jets, very standard, we know what that does. But let's have a look at the lore. The Alrakis class battle carrier exists because the Al-Wade is too expensive to field in adequate numbers and too large to lose without consequence. Where its predecessor anchors battle spaces, the Alrakis fills gaps. A smaller twin hangar complex, a lighter weapons grid, thinner armor, and a strike wing capacity that invites unflattering comparisons. None of this was accidental. The design brief was explicit. Produce a carrier the Alliance can afford to put in harm's way. The supply arithmetic is the point. An Al-Wade on the line demands a support tail that strains convoy schedules across the rift. The Alrakis asks less. Fewer spare parts, smaller crew complements, and lower fuel burn. Task groups that cannot justify Al-Wade allocation can still project carrier capability, and Corey's shipyards can produce 3 Alrakis hulls in the time it takes a single Al-Wade dry dock cycle to complete. Acquisitions and Sustainment considers this a triumph. Fleet admirals consider it a compromise. Crews refer to it without affection as the smaller brother. The Alrakis is worse than the Al-Wade in every category that matters tactically, but better in the only category that wins wars. So that gives us a pretty good idea of what this thing is supposed to do, both in a fleet context and in the context of how Draconis as a faction operates. This is the budget carrier. This is what you bring when you can't afford the bigger stuff or you can't produce it. I am going to fly this just the once, even though I don't normally fly carriers, and we'll see how we do. I have given it, I believe, all of the correct guns for the Strike autofit. And just like with the Yindi here, I used the autofit, the Elite autofit. So this is how they should perform when you go to use them in your games. Okay, so let's take the Alrakis into a little small sample combat just so you can kind of visually see how it flies. We'll just go ahead and deploy a few little ships there. We'll generate ourselves a small enemy group of about 100 points to match and see how we do. So, in our turret slot, burst lance, same thing we were using on the Indy. Let's go. Oh, I gave their ships S-mods. Dang it. That was not intentional. Go, my bombers. Kill that Centurion. Good. Lasher down. Okay, I think the Centurion has gotten away from us. Let's retarget toward that Enforcer. Oh, I want to catch up to our allies. There we go, there's the bombs. Nice, halberds on the nose. And Legion in range. So we want to send our fighters out. Ooh, those are all Sabos. Can we tank that? Oh, we cannot. Oof, okay. But bombs away. Tapped. We got that at least. Okay, and we are really good to... Ooh, yeah, look at our little defense fighters are actually shutting down enemy missiles when they activate their systems. Very nice. Very nice. And we've surrounded them because we are using 2 Yindies this fight that can teleport behind stuff. That's great. Okay. Bardiche launcher to pressure shields. And we want to actually close into Annihilator rocket range here. I am just using the auto fit, if I didn't mention that already. So, but it's gonna work. If we can flank like this, look at that. And these are also just the Draconis fighters. The Eldritch bombers have very good spike damage if they can get in range, if their very slow missiles can land. Lots of ifs, but very effective if and when they hit. Alright, let's crack that Dominator, and then we'll call this little showcase done. Get him, boys. Oh, he burns away. Get back here. I need focus fire on this Dominator, please. Get down here, guys. Help me out. I think he's going to turn in time to stop those Annihilators, but... So because he has double Devastators, I don't actually want to send our fighters at him. I don't actually want to be in front of him tanking all the damage either. But that's where we've ended up, because... we need someone to flank, and there's the Yindi with the flank. Perfect. Active vent and get me in range. Or keep me in range, rather. Alright, throw Annihilators, throw the bombers down lane, throw the Bardiche MRMs at him, burst him down. There's a hit. There's they go. Nice. Get wrecked, Dominator. Just gonna put all the things on auto fire. He is toast. He has been struck by the fighter strike. So yeah, strike auto fit works pretty dang well. I would love to play more. I would love to build an entire Draconis fleet or play like, you know, a few hours of recorded content worth, but I don't have time right now. So I'm going to tag out. I'm going to try and edit this one fast and get it to you while the update is fresh. If you don't know where to get Draconis fleet, I will leave a link to the official mod page down below. Remember that if you want to use these ships, you'll need to try the experimental version. Remember, the experimental version is experimental, subject to change, and likely to be highly unstable as you get into some of the other new content, which I won't cover here because I don't have the time to go into the late game and do the story right now. So don't get too attached to your save if you play experimental. Remember that if you find any bugs or have any feedback you want to leave, you can do that on the forum page for the mod. Just leave a reply on the post. The experimental version is there, and experimental because it came out yesterday, the day before, and there just hasn't been time to figure out if anything is terribly wrong. But there will probably be bugs. You will probably find them. Please let the mod author know so that that can be worked on. And when I have time, you can bet I'm going to be playing a lot of this. Have a wonderful day, everyone. That's the ships, that's the video, that's what's going on with Draconis fleet. I will catch you next time.